clear the upper part than the bottom part. Is it like that? Up. I want. A treasure near orchard. Sketch a map of where to look. Okay. Pay what he's asking. X. There it is. It's fucking moving here. Come on. I don't care. Come on. Bullshit. To be honest, I'm playing this in hopes I'll meet Geralt. Hello, Kevin.
As Meve and company traversed the ruddy meadows, strident voices reached their ears.
I beg your pardon. I've heard enough. A duel. I challenge you to a duel.
A duel? Nonsense. I'd sooner lay you across my lap and give your arse a thorough flailing, you scoundrel.
The Queen approached the arguing parties. Two nobles, Lords Cartwright and Mansfield. Quickly she ascertained they were up in arms over ownership of an orchard lying between their estates. Assisting both nobles, their kinsmen, armed to the teeth, prepared to leap at each other and crush heads. Upon spotting Meve, the lords lowered their voices, bowed and presented themselves. Yet they could not keep their ire fettered long, and were soon casting aspersions again.
Your Grace, Mansfield has seized it. No, stolen my land. Land that has been in my family for generations.
It is my recompense for your reckless deeds. To burn down me mill in Furchin for a bit of sawdust in your flour? Well, I never.
A bit? Oh, let me at him. Farmhands taken ill, cooks feverish, all from that manure. You are a fraud, sir. A fraud and a thief.
Though she faced the not at all trifling matter of the Nilfgaardian invasion, Meve agreed to settle the dispute. Reynard, who knew the history of every Lyrian and Rivian family 7 generations back, served as her advisor.
No doubt I would find for the Cartwrights. They are in the right here, as regards the title to the land. Yet your grace must consider, the Mansfields have ever served the crown and never delayed payment of tribute. Whereas the Cartwrights are litigious charlatans who owe the royal treasury thousands, many thousands.
We grant Mansfield the orchard.
The orchard must go to the vassal unburdened by debt. This is what I prefer.
Said Meve.
Thus I declare it Mansfield's.
But the law clearly says...
I am the law, Cartwright.
Lord Cartwright moved to debate the matter further, but a snort from Reynard reminded him he stood before his liege. Mansfield, content, made an ample contribution to bolster Meve's force and the realm's defense.
He's laughing.
So you see, my dear Cartwright, justice has been served.
Bloody idiots. Alright. How do I get all the way up? What is this? Can we pass? Oh my god. They're playing with my lamp with fucking electricity. So I need to turn the lamp off. How do I grab this? From here? Your Grace, and Kachla and herbalist, the local peasant hold in high regard her potions, ointments, blah blah blah. Do you wish? Yes, wish. So, we have a card now. A bomb. We can't build anything else. This is yet, as far as I can tell. For this part, that will be every upgrade. What I got here is the Meritium Bomb and a Morana Runestone. Heal all allies and boost them by 2. The Meritium Bomb restore enemy units to their base power. What? Why would I want to restore enemy units to their base power? Ah, the ones that are buffed. You can restore them back. Lorenzo Mastroianni. An important part of every Witcher Hunter's kit. In one muted flesh, there is the most powerful source of pork jelly ripe for cut. And the other one, Morana. Morana Runestone. If the kind of power is lower than its base power, restore either base power by the amount specified. I grow faint at the very sight of it. What? Yeah, this one is new too. Transform a damaged unit into a bear. 22! Eat this and close your eyes. You might be in for a surprise. Bloody animations are fucking great. What is this? It's a trinket. Take Flora and force the units to dual decoy. Lyrian horn. I'll remove decoy. I'll try bear, although decoy is a must. But whatever. This. I bloody miss Witcher games. I swear to God I wanna repeat Witcher 1, 2 and 3 in that order. Very soon. Because of this music.
Why ever do the gods punish?
Ah yeah, we got some monster also. I cleared most of it. Soon we'll be done with the map. Yes, every soundtrack is amazing.
On their way to the capital, Meve and company happened one fine day upon a lone rider. Had I been at her side, I would immediately have recognized his passionate gaze and altogether chivalrous mien.
Is it Geralt?
Identify yourself, sir, and your intent.
Ache of Denel, I am dubbed.
Oh, fuck you!
And my design I never conceal. The good book says the world is a garden which the gods once conferred upon man, and we men have this garden neglected. In consequence, all manner of filth has made its lair here. Drowners, ghouls, and other kobolds. I have sworn ne'er to rest until the day when, with the gods' help, I have rid the world of these beasts and pests. I wander all lands, seeking out evil and facing it in mortal combat.
Who do we spy? A knight-errant?
Just as likely a madman.
How goes your hunt?
How goes your hunt? Caught the trail of any monster?
Monster? Too fair a term by far. An exceptionally vile worm has made its lair in nearby caverns. It is said to be the very distillation of filth. A slithering horror. A melange of the macabre.
See you later, Lobam.
Its head, that of a wild cat of Ophir. Its maw full of spiked teeth. The wings of a bat it is said to have. The tail of a scorpion, and from it a thick venom drips. Learned men call this variety a manticore, or mardiacore.
Perhaps it will be most prudent, then, to send for a witcher.
A witcher? Soulless automatons they are, all, feeding on common folks' fears. What they demand gold to do, I perform without demand of any coin.
Sir Ake, far be it from me to discourage you. Your endeavor is noble, no doubt. But from what I have heard, manticores are exceedingly dangerous beasts.
To defeat this filth alone could be a difficult task, I'll not deny. Yet try it I must. For it is what I have sworn before the gods.
Join us, I'll help you.
We shall help you find and fight the Manticore, provided you then pledge to help us fight an even fiercer and filthier beast.
Of course, my lady. Yet what manner of horror is it? A viper? A griffin? A drake of some rare form?
Were it only. 'Tis a beast of 1,000 heads, covered in black armor, Its fire consuming whole villages.
Noble lady, I know Bestia is only in parts, yet I've seen some of the world, and never have I heard of such a terror.
You need but look about you, and spot Nilfgaard's legions.
Devastating. But you must forgive me, Your Grace. This struggle between realms is not one to which I can lay a hand.
Insist.
A manticore. How great is its appetite? How many men does it fell? In a moon, let us say.
It changes. At a time when the horror broods, it may be as many as 20.
I see. As now you must. Nilfgaard in my capital could mean as many as 20,000 felled. You live to fight evil, injustice, do you not? You can fight none greater than by doing so at my side.
The Manticore, Your Grace, must fall first. As to what happens later, I shall need to consult the good book and petition the gods.
Ink of Denzel. Let's see what you do.
Agreed, so be it. This monster, where lies its lair?
To the north, my queen. A few leagues on.
What do you do? Where are you? There you are. Holy shit, it looks great. It's a beautiful game. Again created by Nemanja Stankovic. Whenever an ally takes damage, strengthens self by what? Fury, human if battling monsters. Deploy, damage enemy by the suit's power. Whenever an ally takes damage, strengthens self by 1. Divine Inspiration, human if you have Manticore Trophy on the battlefield. Whenever an ally takes damage, strengthens self by 2. If you're battling monsters, damage enemy by the suit's power, strength by 2. Manticore Trophy, permanent resilience. Way to kill a bloody Manticore. It's worth a lot, quite a lot. I need to remove something. Kinda used to my deck. We don't have a Manticore trophy. We need to kill a Manticore. It's a lot of field medics. We'll go like this. Fuck it. What do I do with all of that gold? I can't upgrade anything else.
Not a scrap. Nothing to bury. Blood's all that's left behind.
What is it?
A whole village. Just one bit. Hallowed Mother, look upon these stricken souls. Not a scrap.
Imminent is in these ravines. The beast is near. I sense it.
Alright, Manticore. In a cave. Yeah, cave.
At the furthest depth of the winding, gloomy canyon, scouts found the maw of a great cavern. Among the boulders outside it, whitening bones lay strewn. Ache dismounted and drew his blade.
By the god's grace, we've found the beast's lair.
He said, lifting his gaze to the heavens.
We need them but to extend their favor as we battle the filth.
Hunt the Manticore.
Meve cast a critical eye at her shield. Wood clad in leather and thin plate. Enough to stop a sword, certainly, but would it protect her from a beast's raging blow? Noticing her hesitation, Reynard approached the Queen and said,
Your Grace, none will utter a disparaging word should you step back.
But they will think them,
replied Meve.
and that's bad enough. The war has begun. I can't appear weak to my fighting men.
Without awaiting an answer, Meve strode into the cave. The rest of the company followed, equally full of fear and faith in their queen and commander. Moments later, a great and powerful roar filled the cavern.
Let's see the Manticore. In the beast's lair. Oh my god. 45. Shortened battle again. With special rules. Alright. Is this a joke? Manticore left wing, boss, mobile. Every turn start. You random enemy from the range row to the melee row. Manticore right wing, every turn start, with a random enemy from the melee row to the range row. Range to melee, melee to range. Mobile, damage itself by 6 whenever another limb is destroyed. That wish me wins the battle. Left flag. Every 4 turns, a turn start, damage all units. On the melee row by 2. The fucker deals damage whatever you do. You transfer, play, then he shuffles, and then he deals damage again. We need to destroy lamps, so we ignore the head. That one is the first. Fuck the wings. Lamps, they do damage. Wings do not.
And I beheld the
Holy
beast!
shit, that's a lot of medics.
Profane horns didst adorn his wicked brow!
Gods protect us.
Beware its claws! The hardest plate they shred like fine vellum!
No. Jesus Christ.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf I am.
The unworthy shall be punished. Keep that vile poison to yourself!
Left, right, left, right.
Aye. Our ballista, your command.
This was bad. This was bloody bad.
Beware! Its tail flows with deadly venom!
Ours is not to reason why.
What do you want of me?
Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf I am.
You must sweat like a swine in that jacket.
Can't take it anymore.
Tell me you jest.
Still not strong enough. And better grow. Jesus Christ.
And I beheld the beast! Profane horns didst adorn his wicked brow!
God's protectors.
Valeu.
Left.
Beware its claws! The hardest plate they shred like fine vellum!
Again and again and again.
Our ballista, your command.
Or just be greedy and target ahead.
A knight should help. Our codex commands it.
Just target ahead then. I can't move without a head, goddammit.
Oh, Lyrian lummoxes.
Here comes the damage. One died yet.
I'm a warrior.
Beware! Its tail flows with deadly venom!
One bone's all I need. Our ballista, your command.
It should be done.
We must thank the gods for this victory both great and just.
Fuck, he's lame, just target ahead.
With Ache at their side, the Lyrians fell the lantern. Later, it was said, the beast's dying wail, multiplied and strengthened as it passed through the caverns, could be heard as far as Spala.
Your Grace, many monarchs have I met in my time, yet none proved as virile in battle as did your Majesty.
Virile? I dislike the term. Seems not to suit a woman. I prefer valiant. Yet grateful I am for the compliment. Now pray reveal, have you made your decision? Will you swear to serve me? Are you prepared to take an oath?
I am not, Your Grace.
What?
I can serve only the gods. Yet, I do believe them to be on your side as one unjustly and treacherously attacked. Thus I see nothing wrong in assisting you.
Then I am content and welcome you in my ranks, Sir Ache of Denel.
The knight-errant bowed low from the waist. So low, in fact, the gambeson neath his mail creaked. Meve could only hope he would battle Nilfgaardians as boldly as he faced beasts.
Manticore trophy. Manticore trophy. Now we can speak with him now.
I see you found the mess tent. How's the ale? Not too warm, I hope.
'Tis not for me to say, Your Majesty. My tankard holds but milk of the goat.
Milk? A witless prank. I shall tell the quartermaster at once what I think of such...
Unnecessary, Your Grace. I called for the beverage.
Is that so? Well then.
The good book states clearly, the shadow of spirits obscureth light most true, and leadeth thee from the path of virtue.
Right. I suppose there's something to it.
My soul sings to hear your affirmation, Your Grace. If ever you wish to discuss the good book and the wisdoms contained therein, hesitate not to find me.
Certainly, I shall remember that.
How long have you hunted monsters?
Your crusade against monsters. Have you been at it long?
Come next Bellatane, it will be 20 years, Your Grace. Though, there was one extended interruption.
For what reason? Had you grown weary of the knight-errant's life?
Not in the least. Never shall I cease in my quest to cleanse the world of filth and abominations. But at times evil puts up rather a good fight. I ventured forth to slay a dragon once, a gold one, as it were, calling itself Villa Tretormeft, or the like. Its very name, as is evident, a vile toil for the tongue and wafting wickedness. A great many mercenaries embarked on the hunt, lured by the promise of coin in heaps. The Crinford Reavers, Yarpen Zigrin, and a band of dwarves. Even, curse the word, a witcher. One Yennefer, the most lecherous sorceress, at his side.
That name I've heard.
But at the deciding moment, when the beast challenged all, I alone emerged to face it. Alas, though shame burns me to admit it, I returned from the battle upon my shield. Figuratively. Literally. I returned in pieces. For 2 years, I lay in the Temple of Melitele in Alanda. Mother Neneke, God's protector, nursing me back to full health. And only when I could once more grip my sword did I return to the path I'd chosen.
And the dragon? What was its fate?
Some claim it flew off to Zerrikania, though it very well might yet lurk here, awaiting the opportune moment to terrorize the folk of the north again.
Farewell, Ake.
Let's do the trophy. First, we're... Yes, the core trophy. Permanent resilience. When an enemy appears on the battlefield, damage it at random by 1 or 2. Order, move to the other row. Sounds very good. This one reduces my cooldowns. I'll take Manticore Trophy. Plus he profits out of it too. So yeah. Where are we? What's left? Very little, as far as I can tell. And we're off the map. What's with the Manticore? Do we have rewards for it or not?
Hallowed, Mother. Not a scrap.
I get the fuck out. No rewards. Now what's this?
One of them golden stones belongs on the side of my own ship.
What?
Nilf Guardians make for good prisoners. They got black shells, but they make... Nilf Guardians make for good... Nilf Guardians make...
Skellige. Skelligers. Camprios. No pissing in the fire. No shitting next to the tents. No shouting at dawn. You break the rules, I break your legs. Come on.
One of them golden stones belongs on the side of it!
What's happening here? Card acquired. Vengeance. The fuck is it? Where are you? Destroy the High Stella and play 2 allies from your graveyard. It's a trinket. I don't know, I got so many trinkets, I don't know what to use. But it's fucking hilarious. How about they give me some soldiers? Look at this, all of these are trinkets. We're gonna pay for the damage.
What's a folk moving about of late? Fair Lyria. Is your majesty also bound for the river? What's a folk move?
We're done, no more fights. Everything cleared.
One evening, soldiers brought before Meve the elf she had saved from a lynching. It seemed he had been the fiend who had poisoned the water barrels from which several soldiers had drunk, then suffered and died.
Yes, I did it. And I regret it not one bit.
Seethed the elf.
Nilfgaardian, Temerian, some brute from Lyria. You Dwan are all alike. I detest you. All of you, your filth for what you wrought with my brethren. I'm proud. I am that even a few of your kind perished at my hand. Hail and Shay.
Meve pursed her lips into a thin white line. Reynard knew the expression. It did not bode well.
I should drag you to the capital. Hang you high in the market square.
Meve said through gritted teeth.
Yet this you would want. Am I right? For your folk to speak of you? For your folk to remember? Well, you shan't have it. You'll hang here, in the middle of nowhere, with but crows to witness it and then pick at your eyes.
It was a summary execution. No sentence was read, no last wish observed. The elf's corpse then hung long at the roadside, as none came forth to claim and bury it.
Sequel propaganda. Everything sold. How the fuck have I missed that? Are you kidding me? Quite sure I looked at that. Right, this is full map.
welcome.
100%. Everything done.
We welcome you home, Prince Willem awaits your return. Good you've returned. Prince Willem awaits.
Prince Willem.
Home at last, Your Grace.
We shall not enjoy it long, I fear. Soon we must face the black-clads in the field.
Yet a moment's peace we will have. After that drubbing you gave them at Dravigrad, they'll wish to rethink their strategy.
Dear God, the game is beautiful. You're approaching an important moment in the journey. If you choose to continue, you will not be able to resume any unfinished activity in the area. Total time 7 hours, quest completed 15, puzzles 8. Standard battles 1, 4. Golden chest found 8 out of 10. You do? Tell me where's the rest then? I can't send scouts. What could I possibly miss? Bullshit. This area maybe. If there is a way down. Eight out of 10. Standard battle 1, 4 puzzles, blah blah blah. I mean, golden chest there for multiplayer, so whatever. Continue.
Meve had ridden out of Lyria in early spring, her retinue modest, as none larger was needed for the brief summit of sovereigns. She returned now to her capital, at the head of an army that dragged behind it bandits and Nilfgaardian prisoners in chains. The whole city came out to greet her. Its traders, craftsfolk, priests. Also, her eldest son and heir, Prince Willem. A boy who, it seemed, might never be prepared to rule. Meve and Willem rode side by side past the cheering throngs, their faces frozen in regal smiles. It was not until they reached the castle stables that they found a corner in which to speak freely, candidly.
Welcome home, Mother. Content I am to see you, to be sure.
And I'm happy to see you. Though I dare say I'd have been much happier to witness you leading an army towards Dravigrad. Willem, I trusted you. Left the realm in your care.
Indeed. And I, in turn, did my utmost to choose the best course for...
Willem, don't be so damned courtly. There's no one else here. My son. Nilfgaard has invaded our home. We're at war. When rulers don't strive and don't choose, when rulers grab their swords and shields and ride out to defend their subjects.
You didn't let me finish.
All right. Say what you wanted to, please.
I feared I'd be hasty, Mother, and I didn't want to be. When we got word of the invasion, the lords convened at the castle. They demanded I hear them out. They wanted to give me counsel. If I'd rushed into the field to confront the foe, I'd have been half blind to the situation, not known all the options I had at my disposal.
A ruler never knows all the options. Yet he must decide and act nonetheless. I need to prepare. I'll see you at the Council of Peers.
And indeed she did, when the peers convened in the throne room. Surrounded by animal hides and Zerrikanian tapestries, The lords stood in tense silence, awaiting the queen. When her figure filled the doorway, they fawningly prostrated themselves.
We've myriad matters to resolve, so I trust you're well rested. Whatever the case, I've no doubt we shall meet the dawn afore we're done. Firstly, we must ask assistance. Pen a letter to King Demavend. Scribe, take this down. Dear... What? Uncle? Cousin? Blast. Again. I, Meve, by the god's grace, sovereign of Rivia and...
Your grace. Mother. The peers and I, we've come to propose another solution.
Yes? Out with it.
We wish to acknowledge Nilfgaard's authority. Pledge fealty to the Emperor.
What?
I beg your pardon.
The black-clad hordes outnumber our forces manyfold, and they're far better equipped. We stand not the slightest chance against them in open...
You will not lecture me about Nilfgaard's army, my son. All you know of them you garnered from coloured renderings, whereas I faced them at Dravograd. I faced them and crushed them.
But your grace, the losses. For this fleeting victory in which you delight, how many of your subjects had to perish? Bend a knee afore the Emperor, and you shall spare thousands.
Nay, never! Understood, Caldwell? Not ever!
I'd hoped to persuade you, but it seems I've failed. Nonetheless, the die's been cast. We've signed the accord with Nilfgaard. Our noble lords stand with me.
The blood left Meve's face. She had realized her son, who had ever professed to detest politics and shirked his duties as crown prince, had just stabbed her in the back, as had her entire court.
What is this? Treason to my eyes! The gallows is what awaits you!
Willem rules Lyria now. And should you not acquiesce and approve the accord, I fear only you, milady, shall have the pleasure to meet the hangman.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Caldwell. My mother will not be harmed. Not one hair on her head. Understood? Confine the Queen to the tower.
You err deeply, my son.
The Queen was confined to a cell. Gilded armor she had traded for a simple robe. A courtly retinue for a swarm of rats. She was the very picture of misery. At the window of her cell, gripping the bars, Meve stood powerless. Her anger so great she wept and wailed. Her Lyria was free no more.
You removed all of my cards. No.
Have I come at a bad time?
Demons take you, Caldwell. You've long been at this scheme, haven't you? You left the strays of Sparla to roam the realm, to forage, so that I would have to look to them. And thus gained your cohorts the time they needed to complete Lyria's sail to Nilfgaard.
You've seen through it all, that's clear. After the fact, of course. But still.
Willem, you turned him. How?
The boy's not fit to wear the crown. Hasn't sufficient wit nor valor. I know this. You know this. Just, he knows it not. Willem fancied himself a statesman, wished terribly to prove he was one. I made it possible. I've been amply rewarded, I have. Palatine since just yesterday, in fact.
You'll have neither my blessing nor congratulations. Sorry to disappoint you.
I seek neither. I've come for another reason. To bid you adieu. Willem does not seek your death. Does not even fathom it, as you well know. Moreover, his resolve will wilt in time, and he'll wish to free you. So, come the morn, when the young king rides out to pledge fealty afore General Ep Dahi, you shall use your bed linens to hang yourself.
Go blow yourself, Caldwell.
I see. You wish to see me bow afore you, lie prostrate. beg you for mercy. Plough yourself with a pike, Caldwell. And you needn't send your thugs. I'll not falter nor hesitate. I'll take my own life.
Adieu, your grace. And use your last evening wisely.
Meve felt a rush of despair, yet bit her lip to mute any weeping. No, she would not give Caldwell the satisfaction. Morning arrived with the sound of footsteps in the corridor. Meve rose from her cot and stood in the center of her cell. She was prepared for anything. Well, nearly anything.
The Duke of Dogs.
Titles seem senseless under the circumstances, don't you think? Let's forgo them. I'm Gascon.
Has Caldwell sent you? To kill me?
No and a no. Actually, you're free. How shall I put this? That cad, Count Caldwell, used yours truly and the strays as bait in a scheme aimed at kicking your shapely backside off your throne. Now, I'm hardly vindictive. First to forgive, in fact. Take your threat to send me to the gallows. Forgotten already. Yet being played for a fool, I cannot abide. So when the strays freed me, I knew what I'd do to spite the Count afore I disappeared. I'd free you. That's to say, on one condition. You've got to request it of me, my lady. Courteously.
Sooner die.
Never. I'd rather die in this cell.
Steadfast as ever. Even with death hanging over you. Colour me impressed, I must admit. Call it my loss, then. You are free.
And grateful. Now please let me pass. I must get to the city jail at once.
Would you look at this woman? Free her from one prison, she flies off to the next.
They hold Reynard there. And if I've any ally left, anyone who's not betrayed me, it's him. I must get him out.
Hold, my lady. Unarmed, alone.
Have I any other option?
In a sense. See, they locked a few strays in the city pits too. Got a common cause, I'd say. Care to join forces?
The Queen took Gascon up on his offer. Then she, Gascon, and the strays snuck through the city to its dungeon. Reynard had not wavered for a moment in his devotion to the Queen. Never the slouch, he had also not lost any time.
I've inquired among the other arrested soldiers. Many are prepared to fight, even die at your side, your grace.
Seems they may yet get their chance. But now we must flee. All of us.
Yet in leaving the jail, the company ran into trouble. When Caldwell's cutthroats had failed to find Meve in her cell waiting for her secret execution, they had informed the Count. He, in turn, dispatched patrols into the streets. The Queen and her cohorts ran into one such unit.
Blast. We shan't outrun them. To arms!
Find an escape route. Once escape route is found, gain more points than your opponent within 3 turns. It's a shortened battle again. Shit. What's my deck now?
Gascon? Bloody hell, where'd he get to?
Your grace, we must make haste. Caldwell's roused the whole city by now.
How do I know which one is right? What is this shit? Every turn on turn start, draw a card. I don't even have cards. What is this? Order. Choose a dark alley to escape down.
My spirit's willing and how, but these damn boots are killing me.
How can I know
Sod
that?
it. Sod it all. There's a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to die. Don't like this.
How do we do this?
Aye.
Okay, here we go.
Didn't think I'd leave you just like that, did you?
Honestly, I did.
Two cars to the other row on the other side, and damage enemies move by 2. Set that on fire.
Again and again
Oh my
and again.
god.
Catch!
Choose a dark alley to escape down.
Army's a waste of time for one like
When
me.
should I choose though? Oh shit.
Lyria!
Left, right, left, right.
Your Grace, what guarantee do we have that they won't stab us in the back?
Looking to dance, mate?
One bolt.
Shit sucks. You refresh that.
Give me a time.
Holy shit.
Every rib's a thief.
Should have spammed it non-stop.
I smell a leak.
Doubt I'll ever pay off these school loans.
On the gate, now we need more points.
Thing about slings, they hide well.
Cursed traitors.
Hey?
Again and again and again.
Should have listened to me old lady.
I thank you, Gascon. You and your men, for your aid.
Tis now, my lady. Strays never say no to a proper brawl.
No brawl this was. Sun rising against Mother. Lyrian striking at Lyrian. I fear a blood war's begun.
Come now. Seems to me the war's ended. Your realm's lost to Nilfgaard. You've no army to speak of.
Then I shall assemble a new one. And with it have Caldwell hanged, and drive Nilfgaard back across the Yaruga.
You're mad. How will you find the men? Riding from hamlet to hamlet, speaking from atop a crate?
No. I shall find them in Edern. I've a favour to call in with King Demavend, and I'll sway volunteers to my cause on the way.
Well, you've your first willing warriors already.
How so?
We've nothing left in Lyria. Our hideouts are compromised, Caldwell's sure to set a price on our heads, and Nilfgaardians roam the land in numbers. Besides, I'll be right tickled to see proud Queen Meve fighting elbow to elbow with a bandit she'd wish to hang just a half day afore.
Well, it is said my foe's foe is my friend, and I'd be a fool to turn down assistance now, no matter who offers. So be it.
Strays Slinger, Strays Bomber, Strays Infiltrator, Gascon. Strays Cavalry, Alchemist.
Very high-minded of you, my lady. So, shall we shake on't? Nay? Well then, the high road beckons. Though first we must escape the city with our lives. Follow me.
Lyria was hers no more. Meve now had to flee her capital and realm as quickly as she could. Wont to travel the city streets in a gilded carriage, the Queen now saw them from a slightly different vantage point.
Is this the only way? Are you quite certain?
The Queen is a common fugitive now, so she'd do better to pinch her nose and whinge not at all.
At long last, Meve reached the gate. Yet this she found shut tight, locked and guarded.
Gods be damned!
Easy, your grace. Nothing we can't solve with a quiver full of quarrels.
Those are our men.
They were, Reynard, were.
Gascon's raiders were poised to loose their bolts, but were thwarted when the Queen stepped out in front of them.
What's she... Your Majesty, I've orders to arrest your grace.
Place me in irons, then.
Please understand, I haven't a choice.
Fear not. You'll be rewarded by Caldwell in Nilfgaardian Florens.
The captain's head dropped. His cheeks burned crimson.
Go, your grace. Flee now, but only to return.
Remember this, Gascon. I'm no fugitive. I'm a queen, robbed of her rightful crown. And though I may need to venture to the world's end before I return, I shall have it back.
Interesting story. Time for a new map.
Having fled Lyria, Queen Meve ventured into Edern, her old friend Reynard and new ally Gascon at her side. The war had bitten into this land too. Still, Meve hoped to sway King Demavend to her cause, and with his aid, to oust the traitors, retake her throne, and drive the Nilfgaardian invader from her realm. Yet to start, she was forced to fight, Scoia'tael no less. Emerging from a wood, Meve's retinue encountered a unit of elven rebels just moments from hanging a handful of prisoners. Among the latter, the Queen spotted a woman, a proud warrior with a striking, thick black braid.
The lass I believe I know.
Well, unless we rush to her rescue, it'll soon be you knew her.
Well said. Lyrians, attack!
How you doing, Resume? Eliminate the Squatel executioners. Do not let Black Kryla die. Good, good. Hey, watch the game, Resume. The biggest surprise in the year.